Afternoon to all you wonderful people. Thought I'd come on, do a quick live this Saturday afternoon. Just wait for a couple of people to come in, I think. So how you lot doing all on this wonderful Saturday afternoon? Hope you're doing all great. Morning, Jaleese. Yeah, I just thought I'll do me a quick live. Thanking all of my viewers and all of my subscribers and everybody that's followed me on my journey over the past 7 months. And I gotta say, I mean, it's been a bit rocky at times, but I've tried my best, and I've reached a milestone that I never thought I would reach at this stage. It's been 7 months, and to be honest with you, for the people that have supported me in my journey, and take the time, to tune into me lives. Morning, Nutter Channel. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, basically, Nutter, I'm just, deciding to, express my journey with my channel, over the past 7 months. I've hit a milestone, you could say, that I didn't think I would achieve, to be honest with you. I've had my ups and downs. As you can see on my previous video, I've reached a level with my account, and I'm just thankful for everybody that has followed me on my fresh journey, and my new journey now begins. I'm good, thanks. Hope you're well. Yeah, not too bad, sir. Not too bad, my friend. Bit cold. Bit cold. Yeah, I was up early this morning. I was up and out at 4 a.m. this morning, and I think it was -5 this morning when I was up and out, and I think I got back in about 9 o'clock-ish, I think. I didn't think that my journey, would have hit this milestone so early. That's, down to you guys, and I appreciate every single one of you guys, that has accepted me and viewed my content over the past 7 months. To be honest with you, I think my journey hasn't been easy. To be fair with you, I've churned some content out there, that I thought was the best topics, for me to cover over my journey the past 7 months. Morning, Stevie Boy Billings. Hope you're doing well, buddy. So I thought I'd just, have a quick recap, of my journey over the past 7 months. The direction my channels took, and just to review, You know, a couple of things that, you know, that have happened between 7 months ago, you know, till today. Morning, Barry Ace Card Sherbet. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Has Decker been arrested lately? Sure, all will be revealed by Dodgy Dave very soon. I do believe he's coming back, you know, to keep us up to date, keep us informed about what good news that, you know, he has that he wants to share with us. I mean, there's been a lot happened over the past 7 months. You know, it's been a bit of a rocky path, you know, for myself, and you know, I just want to thank you guys, you know, for sticking by and you know, taking the time to view my content. You know, I've hit a milestone, and you know, it's put a smile on my face. I didn't think, you know, I would have reached this so soon, to be honest with you. You know, with hurdles that I've had to, you know, jump over, and you know, there's been a lot going on, you know, within the YouTube community, you know, just lately, and you know, there's so much bitterness, you know, I've noticed, and you know, I've tried my best, you know, to stay out of all of that sort of limelight, you know, to be honest with you guys, but you know, I found that, you know, just lately I was, you know, trying to defend somebody that I felt, you know, needed a little bit of a help, and by doing so, you know, I left myself wide open, you know, for some petty attacks on me, and you know, that all that will be revealed. I've got a live that I'm doing tomorrow, guys, 5 p.m. If you're around, if you guys are, you know, around tomorrow about 5 p.m. Do tune in, guys, because you know I'm going to be putting out there a lot of information as regards to some certain individuals. So I mean, tune in tomorrow, guys. I'm not gonna touch on that. I want to keep this live positive, you know, because at the moment, you know, I'm looking from my journey over the past 7 months when, you know, as you guys know, I came back 7 months ago. I created this channel, and you know, it was a little bit tough for me at the start. You know, there was a lot of animosity and a lot of hate, you know, towards me. But you know, I managed to stick on my path. You know, I managed to keep my journey moving forward, and you know, that's the way that I would love to see. You know, other channels, you know, moving more into the positive direction, and you know, just churning out content. You know, as opposed to you know, upsetting, or you know, just doing videos of hate and abuse. I mean, because you know, YouTube platform wasn't built for that. YouTube platform was built for entertainment purposes. You know, and the journey that I've been on, you know, the past 7 months, you know, I've quite enjoyed churning out the content, and you know, I've really enjoyed the support, you know, that you guys have given, you know, just by watching lives and just watching like my videos. I mean, that's what's helped to build my channel to where it is, today. And I've done a review the other day of channels, that I've been watching, over the past 7 months, and I decided to express, what I felt about the channel, about their quality of their work, and the way that the people are that run them channels. And I'm thankful for all of them. There's loads of people, that I'm thankful for, and they have helped at times, when I could have quite easily have either given up or given into dramatous situations, but they've been there, to speak the words of wisdom, into my ear. And I'm thankful for them, because they've actually, helped me to push forward, and not to look back on situations. And let's have a quick look through the chat and see what's happening. Yep, Matt Namo is a toxic shithole. Don't get involved in it, Steve. Sometimes, I know I took some time out, and I helped a very nice couple, Brian and Emma, at a time that I felt, they needed a bit of support, with some of the crap that, that was being dealt their way, and they didn't deserve it, not by far. And, what I found, just by helping one individual, you're going to get people that are going to dislike the fact that, you want to support somebody. I mean, but, what I say is, people have supported me, they've had faith in me and in the videos and the lives, that I put out there. And, by staying and building my channel to where it is now, it's kind of like me looking back and saying to them, well, thank you. This is the good work, that I can do. And it's helped me, to know so many of you people. That's wonderful, because that's what kind of YouTube should be about: entertainment. And not only entertainment, but to get to know, one or two people, that you can trust. They're not gonna stab you in your back, or going tit for tat. So these are the things that I'm thankful and grateful for. And what would I do without you guys? My channel's nothing, without you guys, that take the time, to view my content and come on over, even if you don't comment in the chat section. I know you're still there. I know you're watching, and it's you guys, that have helped to build my channel. I've watched a couple of lives, over the past couple of days, and I wish that these guys can get along, can find a common ground, and put differences aside, and start getting along, with each other. We might not like everybody, and people might not like me. I might not like them, but we're all here, to entertain and churn out good content, to build our channel. And that's the only way, that you can build your channel, you know, and to grow. I mean, there's no point having like 9 accounts and, you know, you want to go around and troll the shit out of people. I mean, that's just not right. Good morning, Rob. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope the wife and family are well. I went on Terence's live. Oh my god, they were so lovely, nice people over there. Jalise, he's a good guy. You know, it's a Terence kind of thing. I asked him today, you know, if you know, in the near future, is there any way that I can get him on a podcast over here? You know, because I want to hear some. I want to start reaching out stateside now, you know, and make some connections. You know, with people on stateside. You know, so I can get them over on here and, you know, so they can tell me a bit about their story, about their background, you know, because, you know, that's what I want to start doing. Terence, he's going to come on your podcast in the near future. You know, so I'm really looking forward to that, you know, reaching out to, you know, different people like that, you know. I think that's great, you know, for communicating between the stateside and over here. Julie, Steve, I'm blocked on Brian and Emma's, as Cindy told. Who blocked you, Jalise? I didn't know you were blocked. I mean, I'll speak to Emma and find out. It might have been a mod that might have accidentally fucking timed you out or something. But I know last night was was a bit mad in their chat last night, and I know there was innocent people getting timed out, and I think that was the speed of the chat that was going through. But yeah, I'll speak to Emma, you know, and I'll find out who blocked her and like why. I'm sure it was only an accident though. But I'll speak to Emma today and I'll let her know. Cindy, snap on, but we had backstabbing haters at us. I don't know why, Jalise. Just because we like to go in different chat stroke lives and see what's going off doesn't mean we're bad, just means we're nosy. Why, you both blocked? Jalise and Cindy? I think it might have just been accidental. I mean, because that chat was really going fast yesterday. Even I couldn't keep up with it. Yeah, I think he's a good guy. You know, I've been watching his channel, Terence, for probably about 3 months now, and you know, it's interesting to hear from people, you know, across the pond. You know, because it's a different world over there to, you know, how we are over here. And, you know, he did say this morning that in the near future, we can get together. And I'll get him on the podcast over here. I mean, I'd love to hear, you know, some of the stories that he's got. David Milne, good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well, mate. Bloody freezing this morning, guys. I was out the door this morning at 4 a.m. and it was -3, and oh my god, was it fucking freezing. Steve, there seems to be a lot of rogue mods at the mo, so don't give any more spanners. Yeah, I've noticed that in a few chats. I mean, different channels, you know, they seem to be suffering now from rogue mods. I mean, I've only given spanners to, you know, people that I feel I can trust, or, you know, if they've come recommended, you know, from a good person. You know, I'm not like these other channels, you know, that like to give everybody a spanner, because then it's easy to see the outsiders, you know, once you're given all spanners. I mean, but, you know, I'd rather give them to trustworthy people, as opposed to just handing them out to everyone that comes on the channel. It saves a lot of heartache and stress, when you got to deal with rogue mods. But yeah, I want to start getting some people on from stateside whose channels, I've been watching over the past 7 months. No, Steve, I was blocked before I made a comment. I don't know. I didn't see any bad comments from you. I mean, but then there again, I mean, even I timed somebody out, and it was the wrong person, and they went a bit mad, but it was an accident. Yes, I agree. There, Julie, Steve, please be careful who you spanner up. I mean, I've only got a handful, to be fair with you. I mean, there's yourself, there's Julie's, there's my wife, Dodgy Dave, and I've got one or two other people that I know I can trust. I was asleep at 4 a.m. Yeah, no, I went out to 4 a.m. this morning. I went out and decided to do a car boot. But I was back at home by 8 o'clock. It was crap. I didn't even bother unloading the van, to be honest with you. We just sat there from 4 till 8, debating, whether to unload and set up or not. And then 8 o'clock, we just decided to come back because it was a bit of a crap a crap one. So, I was back home by 8 in the morning. It's beautiful here in Montreux, sun shining, and various other reasons. It's weird that, how one half of the country is going to be freezing and the other half is, having all the sun. Are you in the sunny mood? Hope you're good, mate. Link's there. If anybody fancies jumping on. I'm just going to have a chilled, nice chat to you guys. And all hell will break loose tomorrow, guys, 5 p.m. Afternoon, Kelly. Thank you for popping by. Appreciate you all. There's still some snakes around, Steve. Yes, I know. And at the moment, even I've come under attack the past 5 days, from various accounts, just because, I supported Brian and Emma. I came on the backlash of, as you all well know, my account got disabled, and, there's way too many snakes out there. But all will be revealed tomorrow, guys. I'm going to keep this as I mean to, on a pleasantry note, because, I'm happy for the milestone, that I've brought my channel to. Treat everyone as I'd like to be treated myself, pal, and no different than I would face to face. Exactly, David. That's what I don't get. How people can come on here with 12 accounts, and troll the hell, out of people. Don't they realise that, eventually, it's going to catch up with them, and if they're not prepared to be like that face to face, as they are on the keyboard. I mean, I'd rather be me as I am, and how I am, here is exactly what I'm like in life. I mean, if you're good to me, I'm good to you. I'm good to you, you're good to me. And, if you upset me and I upset you, that's the way it goes, with me. But I won't exactly treat somebody like horribly, before knowing them. That's either face to face or over the keyboard. What you get, what you see is what you get with me, basically. This is how I am. I can have a go at people, if I want to, or I can just be chilled and nice to people, like how I am now. Treat people how they treat you. But yeah, I'm going to leave my shit show for tomorrow 5 p.m. guys. That's when I get everything off my chest, and get the evidence and the proof out there over a couple of subjects, that I'm sure there's a lot of people, that are itching, to hear the news of what I'm going to come out with. But, I think it's something big. I'm going to do something that no one's done yet. And I'm going to put names behind certain channels. And people have asked me, well, why am I doing it? Keep it positive. I mean, but when somebody slags my wife off, to the extent where they bring death, into nastiness, that they've said about my wife. I've had no choice, but I haven't done it in the wrong way. They will be outed for who exactly they are, what channels they're behind, and I might even give a massive, massive exclusive to exactly who's behind Darkbot Secrets. And this is only because these guys were saying some really horrible things about my wife. And I've decided to change tactics. So 5 p.m. tomorrow, guys, you're gonna get to hear about all of that. But as for today, today's a happy day. Snake days tomorrow, guys. Today I'm going to keep absolute positive and on a very happy note, because when I looked at my analytics on my account like this morning, and I kind of analysed in my brain. I never ever thought that I'd reach to this level this soon. Since I started this channel. It goes to show you that, if I can do some good content, I'm going to get people that are going to be more interested. OTT, hope you and Mrs. Official are okay. I just want to say thank you for helping me with that weird person, Few, who was subbing and unsubbing to my YouTube account, as I'm not a creator. Yeah, Kelly, I mean, when I got a message off one of my good buddies, and they explained, what you was going through, and I knew, I could reach out and do something about that individual, because what that person was doing. I mean, I showed you, the emails, that I sent to that individual, and the person that let me know, I'm glad that they did. I'm glad that they told me what was going on. I'm not going to say anything on here as regards to, the situation. I mean, but when the person reached out to me, I felt it was a duty, to try and get that nipped in the bud as soon as possible. So it goes to show you guys, I mean, if you're going through, anything, Reach out to people. Don't keep it to yourself, because there's always going to be someone you can reach out to, and they can possibly do something to better that situation, and show individuals the ways of their error. Because sometimes it's not nice, when you feel that you've got to suffer in silence. You haven't. There's always somebody that can do something, um, to help. And in this case, um, Kelly was going through, I'll just say, a stage, and one of my good buddies reached out to me. I'm glad that he did. I think there was a purpose behind his madness of reaching out to me, because he knew, that there's something possibly I could do, to help that situation, and to put the person in their place, to show them that that's their way of their errors, and then they shouldn't be doing that. So if you're going through anything, guys, don't suffer in silence. Reach out to somebody, because a problem shared is a problem halved. Steve, you're always going to get hate, and a lot is vile, especially from this side of YouTube. Yeah, I know, Jalise. I mean, it's seems to be everybody's narrative. That if you get involved with this person or that person or this person, and they disagree when they don't like that person, then why bring crap to me? Because I've chosen to support somebody. I mean, the past 5 days, I got trolled the fuck. And like I say, they started on my wife, and I promised them I was gonna bring them down for what nastiness that they said about my wife, and that's exactly what's gonna happen tomorrow, guys. So if you are going through problems, online, if you're going through the stage where you feel people are hounding you and trolling you, I mean, reach out to somebody. There's always somebody that's going to be willing to, help the situation. There was a time when we could all go mingle in different chats, and it was all good. Why are people trying to cause a divide? That's a good question. Why are they? I mean, we should all be supportive of each other, without an agenda. We shouldn't be attacked if we're speaking to individuals that others don't appreciate of them individuals that we're talking to. I mean, that's their business and problem to deal with, not ours. They can't tell us what we can and can't do. We're the own judge of that ourselves. I've just caught someone taking pictures of our house 5 minutes ago with camera, not phone. I open window, they drive away. Send us the picture, Rob. Was it a vehicle? I take it they were sat in the vehicle taking pictures. No, you're welcome, Kelly. At the end of the day, somebody's reached out to me, and with what I was told, I couldn't just let that information just stay with me, so I jumped on it straight away to, get a resolve to it. Just by letting the person know that I know, I think was more than enough that hopefully they've stopped what they were doing. Throw a brick through their car window. Air conditioned in a car. Air condition their car for them. They might want some fresh air going into their vehicle. I got doxed on Insta. That's why I came off it. A guy was sitting outside my house because of scumbags sitting on a big platform now. I don't understand it. I mean, like, there's a couple of people were spinning narratives about me. They were saying I'm a sex case. They're saying that I got an underage girl pregnant. They were saying that my wife's better off dead. They were saying your wife did your wife know that she married a pedo? I've gone through this the past 3 or 4 days. By certain channels, and I've kept my response to a minimum. And they seem to be wanting to bring up the past all the time. I mean, these are like two individual haters from 12 months ago that could never accept the fact, that individuals have accepted my apology. They've left me, to have time, to prove myself, and they just want to bring that past back up. I mean, even down to the point. Morning, Marky Boy Baker. Hope you're doing well, mate. So there's always going to be somebody that's going to, drag you down, and if I'd fed into him, my channel would never have grown. It would have just stayed like dormant as a troll channel, and that's not what my intention was ever to be, and never will be. When you got people saying stuff about, people that you love, sometimes it's hard to bite your tongue. Than to give a response, and that's exactly why, they continue pushing forward, because they wasn't getting a response. But behind the scenes, I was doing more of my work in the shadows this time around, as you're all going to find out tomorrow, 5 p.m. But I did warn them, and they seem to want to be, bringing up past, and quite frankly, my acro is sat in the lap of like 3 YouTubers, and there's nothing. They'll tell you themselves if you ask them. They'll tell you exactly what's on there. Back in 2018, I was working in an off license, and trading standards come in, and they've splattered this all over the past 4 days. Bringing it back up, and I've told people I'll openly speak about this, and these horrible idiots were saying that I was selling alcohol and fags to minors to get them into bed. Which is in black and white proof that I was done for a considerable amount of tobacco and fags back in 2018. I've never kept it hidden. And they seem to think they can use and pinpoint that narrative, and twist it, but black and white proof states there. We're not all perfect. We all make mistakes. But to use a narrative like that and twist it, to the extent, that they want to accuse you of using fags and alcohol, to get a minor into bed. I mean, that's just fucking showing you the mentality, these idiots. But cheers, Rob. I'll have a read of that in a minute. Yeah, so anybody that's asked me, I'll speak openly. I mean, I was in an off license. I decided that, I needed to earn a bit more money, to support the off license. And, I sold a bit of dodgy fags and, dodgy backy, which I got hammered for. And one of my staff members sold a packet of fags to a 16-year-old who the council had sent round to as a test purchaser. And a member of the staff sold a packet of fags to a 16-year-old, and they've decided to twist that and say that I was luring children into the off license, selling them alcohol and fags to get them into bed. And I mean, this is the disgusting minds, of these individuals, that are out there. But it don't faze me, don't bother me, one little bit. People can say what they want. It's a case of sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Yes, we need Dodgy Dave back, people. It's about time Dodgy Dave got his arse back onto the YouTube platform. I'm not accepting that he's retiring. Dave needs to just come back and forget about this retirement crap. So if you're listening, Dave or Ice Queen, get Dave back on. There's no need for him to retire. Even though he's done what he needs to do, and he might well have achieved that, as we're all going to find out very shortly, then, he needs to stick around on the YouTube platform. We all miss him. Dave's back. When's he back, Jaleese? When's he doing a live, or when's he doing a video? Anybody know? We should start a non-acro club. Hey, actually, just for a laugh, I sent off for my Scottish acro guys, and it took them 3 months to send me my Scottish acro. It was one page. One page, and it had absolutely nothing on it. They done all searches and everything that they needed to do, and it came back clean as a whistle. So anybody can say I've got my English acro and I've got my Scottish acro now. But like I say, I weren't worried 12 months ago. I offered up my acro, because I knew I was gonna be doing certain podcasts with like certain channels, and I wanted them to know, that they weren't having some, fucking dirty dicky on, and anybody that asks me, they can view it. I'm not ashamed of, well, half of the stuff I've done I should never have done, but, I've got nothing on there to be ashamed for. And I just wonder why, there's been a few people that have been asked to put their acros up. I don't know why they just don't put their acros up and be done with it. I could sit there and say, fuck you, you ain't gonna see my acro. You got no need to. But I'm one of these lads, that, I'd rather show that people are working with somebody clean, as opposed to not know the person inside and out. And who states, you've owned. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've put my hands up to my mistakes, and I found by doing that, a lot of people had a lot more respect for me, for putting my hands up, and owning my past is the way you clear the future. Go hit the like buttons, people. It's not often you get a good live out of me like this. That stays happy. Big up Stevie Boy Billings. So what are your guys' plans for today? I mean, today I'm just going to get on in a bit and catch up with some housework. It's that dreaded day that, you get the Hoover out and, get the dusting done. Normally if I'd stayed down there at the car boot, I would have probably just be getting back home round about this time. But this morning, it was freezing. My pal thought I was perfect. Does that count? Steve, are you looked at my fan club? I'm doing nothing. Mr. S still poorly, so we having a lazy day. Yeah, don't blame you, Cindy. Sit back, just put your feet up and, have a lazy day. I'm sat watching What's My Name, Steve, the Muhammad Ali thing. Yeah, I've heard about that. That's supposed to be a good watch, that. Oh, is this the start of the trolls? Steve, thanks for helping me for exposing the channel that attacked my dead dog. Is that meant for me or is that for Stevie Boy Billings? That's mad. Steve, you should change your name to Superman, Steve, because you're the. No, that's going a bit over TT.
Oh, you are over OTT, ain't you?
OTT over the top.
Yeah, also official topic talk.
OTT over the top, official topic talk. That's not very nice. Make 2 nice comments and then you come in and say you rapist. Who's a rapist? Somebody get rid of him if he's been horrible in the chat, guys. But hey, who's a rapist? I noticed him from. He was in Brian and Emma's chat last night. That I'm sure that's somebody that's come across from Paddy's channel. I'm not sure, guys, but I noticed that was in Emma O'Brien's live last night. Two nice comments, and then they put us a sly one. Oh my god, they're still there, guys. The Troll City. Get rid of them. Get gone. If no one's got anything decent to say in my chat, then get them gone. Dickie or Paddy's channel is down the hallway, second on the left. Down the hallway, second on the left for Dickie or Paddy. A is for arseholes. Nice one, Stevie boy. David, Steve, catch you later. Don't worry, your mods are on it. Yep, these mods are super duper mods are in here, guys. They've got no chance. Yeah, you have a good day, Kelly. And tune in tomorrow if you can, 5 p.m. Great show coming up tomorrow, guys. Oh, that's weird, that is. You know, they come in and say 2 good comments and then bop. You know, they drop the R word. I think that's just somebody who's been butthurt and, you know, they can't handle. Brand new account, was it? Probably only made up this morning. But yeah, I did notice that account did pop into Emma and Brian's live last night. I just can't understand why these accounts, you know, run around with so much negativity. You know, I've enjoyed my journey the past 7 months. To be fair with you guys, you know, like I say, it hasn't been all plain sailing for me, and you know, I knew there was a mountain that I needed to climb. You know, I knew there was a mountain I had to climb. Mark Baker, sorry, had to resubscribe, Steve. My kids use a tab of mine sometimes, and you sub from channels they haven't subbed to. Yeah, no worries. You know, I don't want any kids, you know, to see some lives that I've done, you know, or to have access to content, you know, that isn't suitable for them, you know. So, you know, I don't want them suddenly jumping on and then all they hear is a load of swearing going on. I mean, you know, that behaviour is unsuitable for children. You know, I think it's been a good journey. You know, I'm glad I came back. I'm glad Ronan taught me into opening this channel. You know, because if it weren't for him, to be fair with you guys, you know, I would never have opened another YouTube account. You know, so I'm glad Ronan, you know, sat me down and you know, taught me into opening the channel and, you know, keeping it positive. And you've had the likes of Alex Kearney and Dodgy Dave, Bobby, the real honest truth, Steve Rafe. You know, I've had people like that, you know, that has given me the best advice when I first ever started my channel like 7 months ago. You know, they all gave me some good advice, you know, which I've taken on board, you know, and listened, to the advice that they've given me, and here I am 7 months down the line and I hit a target, that I never knew that I'd achieve this early, to be fair with you. Julie, Steve, I think me and Cindy were your first mods, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, you both were, alongside my wife. There was my wife, yourself, Julie's, and Cindy, so you've been there, from the moment that, you decided and, wanted to be mods on my channel, and I couldn't be more grateful, for the service that you've given, to my channel, as regards to modding, and also, Angelic Angels, my wife, want to give her a shout as well. That's the 3 mods I started with, and then I think all in all, I've got about 6 mods, to be fair with you. So I wasn't really the one, to just give spanners out. I mean, a lot of channels work a lot differently. They like to give spanners out, to everybody, that goes into their chat. And I think the reason why they do that is because then they know who the outsiders are, which is an easy way to tell. If they ain't got a spanner, then obviously they're an outsider. But I don't want my channel, going in the direction of like how others operate, by just dishing spanners out to willy-nilly, because then what happens is, if you ever fall out, then you've got a rogue mod on your hands, and they just end up obliterating your channel by, blocking everybody. I got to unlink it to email Life Out Loud. They don't watch the stuff I do, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, you've got to safeguard your kids, and I mean, I'd hate for anyone's child, to use their parents' device, and all of a sudden you see a channel like mine pop up, and it might be at that moment where there's a lot of swearing going on, and that's not the thing, for content, for kids to see. We've enjoyed it, Steve, plus we get to kick ass. Exactly. I mean, some lives I've done have been controversial. I apologise, for some lives that I've done, and it's got so hectic in here. All the, the lives that I do when all the trolls just decide to flood in because I'm doing a chat on a certain subject. I mean, tomorrow, that's going to be one of them days, I think. But from time to time, I do like to just do a live like this, that is just chilled, and just talk about any crap. There's a lot of people that they might get 300 in the chat, or, 100 in the chat, and, eventually at some point, in my journey, maybe over the next 12 months, my numbers might go up a little bit, but, don't worry me about, I'm not there for the clicks and the likes, and, like some people want to build their channel. I wanted to grow mine, genetically and slowly, over time. I've got a 3 to 5 year plan. If I make it that far, if I don't get anybody striking me channel like to pieces, as what happened like pretty recently. Christine Newton, good morning. How you doing? Good afternoon, I should say. Hope you're well. I even check their Xbox messages when they play games. but I enjoy this channel, Steve. Can't say I've seen anything I'd worry about the young'uns stumbling on. No, I mean, Marky Boy Bakey, I mean, you've got to be careful sometimes, because, I'll try and keep this channel as it is, but same with any channel, things can just erupt at, a second's notice. I'd hate, for anybody's child, just to pick up a device and, they visit, or it gets onto a channel and, they hear a load of swearing. I mean, that's, that's not good at all. But I'll try and keep it down to the minimum, as regards to that sort of behaviour. We've got Humble Crumble in the house. How you doing, Humble Crumble? Hope you're well. Whatever made you come up with that name? Humble Crumble? Is that in between Humble Dryer and Crumble Pie? Yeah, I'd love to know how you come up with that name, Humble Crumble. We've got David Mill. Jaleese, I'm not sure it's the same person on all the channels. I think it's just as bad both sides of the groups at times. One will kick another because a friend got kicked on other chats, etc. Childish shite, yeah. I mean, it only goes with rogue mods. That's why you should pick mods carefully. Otherwise your channel, could end up getting destroyed. Or one person falling out with the other over a decision or choice. Always humble, but never crumble. Stay humble and you won't crumble. That's a good saying, that, to be fair with you. Dave, that day Motos was nuts. If someone came on here I don't like, I'd just ignore them. It's not my channel, so I'd keep my mouth shut. If you don't want to be on a live with someone, then they should come off. See, I don't think I've come across that on my channel yet. But if a mod feels any need or necessary, whether they've had beef with people in the past, or whether it's just on the spur of the moment, then I expect my mods to act accordingly. So if somebody's come in, Jaleese, that is giving you beef and shit in the past, then you've got the responsibility of the mod. You've got the spanner, and if you feel they need to be kicked, then kick them. Even if it's someone I talk to or I get on with, I mean, I'm not going to have people upset, or upsetting others in the chat. So any of my mods, if if people are coming in, and they've beefed you or whatever in the past, and they come in and start, just get rid of them. Even if it's somebody that I speak to, just get shot of them. Don't feel that, you haven't got that responsibility, or you feel you can't kick him, or, if they've come into the chat and you've got to keep your mouth bit, then, get rid of them, simple. Because then that way there's no animosity, and, I'd always back the decision, of what a mod takes. I've got to watch it back, actually, because I was modding. I was modding last night, and I never really got to hear much of what was being said and what was going on. So You know, later on I am going to watch that back, you know, and listen to what the pair of them were saying. You know, I was busy with me face in the chat last night. Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't want anyone feeling like that they have to just sit there and take whatever's being said. You know, you got the spanner, you got the control. You know, so if you feel somebody needs to be kicked, then, you know, boot them. Steve, we should all be able to coexist in chat without getting a power trip. It ruins people's chats, and I'd never do that. Oh, I can me imagine people. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people. You know, I just don't want, you know, I don't want any mod to feel that, you know, they've got to sit there and, you know, listen to somebody, you know, going in on them, because, you know, if one of the other mods see that happening, then, you know, even if one of the other mods like was to kick them, it'd be for a purpose. You know, that they've come in and they've started and they've causing aggro. You know, I must admit, last night on Brian and Emma's, I mean, I was going a bit crazy, to be fair with you. You know, I was booting the timing out, you know. You know, quite a few people last night. You know, but the chat was going that fast, you know, at times I couldn't really keep up with it all. Yeah, there was loads of trolls in there last night, and you know, I didn't get to watch or hear much what was going on. You know, I was too busy trigger fingering in Brian and Emma's chat. I think I went a bit power crazy last night, you know, but you know, all of them were trolls, so, you know, that was all good. Right, guys, I'm gonna have to cut this live short. I've got to crack on and you know, get a few jobs and that done. So respect to you all. You know, cheers for coming in, and, you know, if I get a chance to later on, I'll come on and do another quick hour or so later on, guys. So I'm hoping you all have you know, a lovely Saturday afternoon, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Take care, guys.